And we are live. Looking at my mic levels, looks pretty good. How's everybody doing? I see we already got a little bit of chat going on. Gathering brought up the fact that we did very good in our guild brawl in the KGM Jam Guild. So first of all, welcome. Happy New Year, everybody. I hope that you got everything. You know what? I don't have my light on. Just a minute. I was like, something is different here. Something, and I'm like, oh, I don't have a light shining in my eyes. So anyway, I hope that's a little bit easier to see me. So yeah, I hope everybody got the year started off good. Obviously, I was lucky enough to have a couple weeks off, and I was really deep into Splinterlands and Atlas Earth and a few other games. I'm also playing a regular new MMO called Pantheon, which may appeal to some of you old schoolers that like old school MMOs. It does not hold your hand. We're not going to talk about that, but that's what I've been doing lately. And also trying to keep up once in a while in Discord with the chat about Splinterlands and Atlas Earth. So there's that. Gathering started off by mentioning that we did very well in our guild battle, this guild brawl this time around. So I was on my other account and hadn't even noticed, but the brawl ended and we came in first, and I was one of the ones that went 9-0. A broken watch is right twice a day, right? So once in a while. It's been quite a while since I went 9-0, and in fact, on my primary account, I'm doing less good since our other guild moved up in ranking. So one of the takeaways there, I've got a auto brawl going on. So let's just take a look at this. It went in with a Terracore Mercenary backed up by Thunderhoof, Nomad, Regal Periton, Fungus Flinger, Goblin Psychic, and Hill Giant in the back. A weird card to put in the back. Love Goblin Psychic. Regal Periton, it seems like in green hands where Obsidian is played, I have a higher average of winning if Regal Periton is played. So let's see if I play while we're getting the chat started off. So anyway, we came in first. I was one of the three that did a perfect brawl, but I had two people that fled on me. So this is a takeaway. If you're relatively new to the game, first of all, you should be in a guild playing. Okay, you get a lot of benefits from that. Second of all, you should always put in all your brawl matches. If you're in a guild, you should be playing your brawls, and you should put in all your brawl matches on a weekly basis, because you never know if somebody's going to flee. Some people forget to play, whatever the reason is. If you put in your matches and they didn't put in theirs, then you win. So I won this one, and it looks like I took away almost 500 glint and 0.75 SPS. Okay, so this account's been doing pretty good. My other account has not been doing as great. In fact, the last 20 matches on my primary account, I counted, I only had 8 wins out of 20. So this one looks like it's doing pretty good. But why is it all the way back in Silver 1? Huh. You know what I've been noticing is I was watching and we'll get back to chat here in a minute. I was watching a Aftersound video this week, and he was talking about how the amount of matches being amount of subscriptions in Wild to the Wild Pass has went down. And I haven't looked at the numbers, but I can definitely tell that this season I'm not doing as good. So for whatever the reason, let me know in the comments, how you're doing this season and how you look. Obviously everybody's been looking at how things are going to change when the new set comes out. And in fact, I had some new ideas to kind of go in with the new set. I've got a I don't want to say email. It's not an email. It's a Discord message out to Blaze. I'm looking forward to getting a comment from him on that. But and we'll get into my idea later because it's around the game, but it's not necessarily having to do with gameplay or whatever. It's very interesting. On the side note, that DAO vote that went down to change Nidhogger. I'm very torn about it. Do I think Nidhogger needs change? Yes, but I don't think DAO votes should have anything to do with the change of the cards. I think maybe they just did it to get the, I don't know, get it in front of Matt and the team saying, everybody thinks that this card should be changed. I don't know. I think that their idea was sound. I just don't think that the DAO has anything to do with changing cards. That's on Matt and his team. So anyway, let's dive into chat. Gathering says, good morning all. Congrats to Bronze Dragon for going undefeated in our guild brawl. First place. We talked about that. Good stuff. Like I said, one of the things you should do, I tell everybody, and I think a lot of us who do videos, tell everybody who start playing the game, and why am I getting a error? Start playing the game, get into a guild. Let me do a refresh on this page, because you have all kinds of different benefits you get. You can help. It basically really helps get you into the game, talking to people. You can interface with your guild mates and learn the game better. Throw things at them. Sometimes guild mates can let you borrow stuff and teach you about the game, right? But you get into the brawls and you start earning. We can go over here and let's see here. Let's go to shop and to guild. And you will see that, hey, I have some merits I just earned from competing in the brawl, which I can turn around and buy myself. I have 6,000 merits, and they're 2,000 per pack, so I can go ahead and buy 3 packs, right? And then, once this goes through, when this is happening, this is doing a either one or a series of checks. I don't necessarily know if the buying of these type of packs is on the blockchain. I'm not sure. But anyway, I got 3 to open. So check this out. We can go ahead and we can open them and see what I get. And then these cards will help strengthen my deck, just by participating. Okay. Oh, I just opened one. I should have opened all 3 at one time. So we got a double rare. Oh, and an epic. Why whenever I get an epic, it's always Gorth, who I never play. Okay, so this is a good sound pack. First of all, I love Rollercoin Cleaver. Cutter Breeze I use in very low mana matches a lot. Frequently, like if they're 12, 13 mana matches, I'll use Cutter Breeze. And Bertrand Gobson, if I can fit 2 of these cards in. We all know that Controller Gobson is one of the top played cards out of the set. So pretty sound pack. Let's go ahead and just open these other 2. While we're at it, just have something to do here. Cross my fingers for a gold foil. Okay, let's just open all and see what we come up with. Hey, there's a gold foil, Bertrand, and a Quora. I will not argue with that. So I got another Rollercoin Cleaver, which is good. Got a Quora, which is, I was going to say arguably, but I think everybody agrees that Quora is the best card out of the set. Most guilds, in fact, during brawls, block her for most cases. Okay, so I got 2 Rollercoin Cleavers. I got a gold foil Bertrand and Quora. Good sound opening of 3 packs, I think. Okay, let's jump back and look at chat. Take a drink first, wet my whistle. Okay. So Blind Mage, welcome. Said he's answering my posted question. What are you looking forward most in game? Whether we're talking about Splinterlands or Atlas Earth in game, and he's looking forward to survival mode. That's an interesting discussion. I'm looking forward to it too. Obviously, I think that in these games, the more options we have to get in and play and make more use of the cards we have, the better. So I'm interested in seeing how it shakes out. There's been a lot of discussion about it. There's been a lot of card buying because of it, right? So obviously, to me, I think the more important part would be, obviously you want more cards, but specifically summoners, because without the summoners, guess what? You can't do anything. So, but I'm very interested, and should be pretty cool when all the full details come out and we get a look at it and we can dig into that. KGM Jams in the house, welcome. Says, what's up, Bronze Dragon? Good morning, everyone. Yeah, we kicked ass this brawl. That we did. I'll take it whenever I can get it. Bolts85 is in the house. Says, Magandang Umaga. Whatever that means. I have no idea if it's a joke, if it's a reference to something. It went over my head. If it's in another language, let me know in English what you said. I guess I could do a Google Translate on it, but too busy answering questions. Arnie's in the house. Welcome. Hello. Bolts85 goes on to say it means good morning. Well, good morning to you. Good afternoon. Good evening. Wherever you are in the world, thanks for joining us, where we're the first Saturday morning stand-up of 2025. My main point here is discussing mostly Splinterlands and Atlas Earth, but if you have another Web3 or Hive-based game you want to talk about or play-to-earn game, we can also discuss that. I was looking at a recent post from Golem Overlord, and this has got my interest piqued. It was actually posted in December, but I was so busy being sick that I overlooked it. But the conquest mode in Golem Overlord has went into full beta. That means you can play it whenever you want. Plus, there are a lot of extra things that have went live with the game. You can own your own golems. You can upgrade your own golems and such. So that'll be something I'll be looking at in the not too near future. Let's just say that. So, and I haven't looked at Arcade Colony in a while. Anybody played Moon Carts lately? Haven't kept up with that, to tell you the truth. Wibble said good afternoons and a big wee. Welcome to Wibble. Would this be a live stream without Wibble? I think not. Nick Speaker is in the house. Hello. Thanks for dropping by. The Prepared Christian is here. Good morrow, all. Welcome. Seasons are getting tougher as people learn the new cards. This is, yeah, I agree. That is definitely one of the variables there. I'm also wondering, as I'm playing in... Now, are you talking about modern? Are you talking about... you're probably talking about modern. Versus wild. It was interesting what After Sound had found when he was looking into it, that his take on it was people were actually leaving wild to play in modern while they could before Chaos Legion left. And I've had ideas of trying to do that myself as well, too. So I understand that thought process. So obviously there's going to be a lot of us impacted, like me. A lot of us have the primary portion of their account is Chaos Legion. So let's see here. Gathering says, anyone else saving up for legendary draws now that we are getting a big glint boost? That's also a nice idea they had. Let me go back to my main account. If you're not aware, here's my reward for Brawl participation on my main account. I got 63 SPS off of that, but I did not do very well. Let me see. Let me look at how I performed. See, I was 4 and 5. Now, the thing here, I'm getting off on a tangent. We'll talk about his question here in a minute. But our guild just recently went up from 3 stars to 4 stars. And let me tell you what, if you're in a guild, and one of the main things here is increasing the levels of your building, right? And each building does something different. And one of the buildings will increase the level of how your guild play, the people your guild plays. So you go up the next rank, okay? So what are the advantages? Well, you earn a lot more SPS and out of the guild brawl matches, right? That's the benefit. The flip side to that is you're playing a lot tougher competition. So don't always assume that it's better to increase the level of who you're playing. You really have to take into account who's in your guild and what type of decks and what their performance is, okay? Because, I'm trying to do the best I can, but I'm performing... I'm probably getting 25% fewer wins battling at 4-star versus 3-star. So I'm winning fewer matches, but I'm still kicking in there, and we're still chugging along. Let's see how we did here. My main account, let's see here. We came in 6th, right? But just to give you an idea on 4-star guilds, we got 101 of these gold things that the guilds use to advance. I forget what the name of them are. But just an idea. Excuse me, I still got a little bit of this cough going on. Still fighting off a little bit of bronchitis, taking the rest of my medicine. Okay. Okay, so Gathering was talking about doing legendary draws now that we are getting a big glint boost. And in case you didn't know, in this particular season, Splinterlands team increased the glint we're getting off wins. You can see here, let me do a refresh. You can see here that I'm getting a fair amount of losses, you know. But they increased the amount of glint that we're getting in this specific season by 50% just to celebrate the holidays. So I'm drawing in, I think it's averaging out for me because I'm getting fewer wins. I'm getting more glint per win and more SPS, right? Or, well, they didn't increase the SPS. They increased the glint. But I'm getting more glint per win, but I'm getting fewer wins. Once again, I am not in Modern. I'm still playing in Wild. And to boot that, my account is not going as high. You know, by this point in the season, the last few seasons, I've actually been in Diamond 1, almost in Champ 3, right? Now I'm just not even midway through Diamond 2 due to all the losses. So this is one of those things that over time I've had to reconcile with playing Splinterlands, because what happens is the amount of people that that actually play in Wild versus Modern fluctuates, and so the competition you're playing fluctuates. And I also see that I get a lot of losses to Tofu. Tofu is, especially when I get up into Diamond 1 and Champ 3, Tofu seems to be like a very mandatory card, except for it's a very expensive card. And the problem is, let's go over to the market. And let's, because we're looking at two different things. It's expensive, not I think mainly because obviously it's a legendary, but secondary is that there are very few of them. There's very little liquidity. Here we go. This is the holiday artwork, which I love, by the way. I love the new holiday artwork that they've been doing, which is kind of like a foreshadowing of the glint system, or not glint, glamour. I can't remember all these terms, the new glamour system. But if you look at that, a level 4 Tofu is $600. I also get a lot of losses to Lux Vega, which I also don't have, but has come down to what I consider a pretty nice price. In fact, I've been very tempted. Why? Oh, we're in items. We need to be in market. Here we go. So a Lux Vega is under $200. And I think the prices are coming down because it's getting ready to cycle out of Modern. This is a great card. My brother bought one when it was up, what was it, $600 or something like that. But, sorry about this. Didn't want to blow your eardrums out with a cough. So, if y'all didn't know, if you're relatively new to the game, this is the only neutral summoner. And when you buy one, it's max level. Okay, and this was a promo card year or two ago, and it cost a lot, but it's it's, if you come into the game, I would say not at this point. I still think it's got a great value to it if you're going to play in Wild, due to first of all, its powers. You know, you get +1 shield, +1 health, +1 speed, and you can use virtually any card with it, right? specific rule sets, you're not going to be able to use it. But it's there's a lot of value to it, especially up to now. But now the price is coming down due to it getting ready to cycle out. And there was a lot of argument, strong argument to be had that if you were coming into the game, it was a great value instead of buying a bunch of other summoners, just buying a Lux, because in greatest percentage of games and matches, you could just play a Lux instead of having a variety of other summoners. It's got a great set of powers, it's neutral, and it's max level. So just random ideas from me. So let's go ahead and jump back in chat. So the answer is I'm not saving up. Every season I tend to buy like one legendary draw. I've been focusing, as you know, on my epic draws, because I still feel while I like the legendary cards, I still feel that the power really lies in the epics. We can go over to Epics Rebellion Reward, and you can see the legendaries. You know, these are the legendaries I have, mostly level 1, level 2. But if you go over to my epics, you know, I'm sitting at strong level 4 with these, and getting kind of close to going to level 5. So these are, you know, my most played cards. Definitely Arachne Weaver. I know you like that gathering. Olivia the Brook, Thanalorian Blade, love it. Halfling Refugee gets a great workout, because how many times have you been like, hey, I got one extra mana, what can I throw in there? Halfling Refugee is great in that kind of instance. Also, you know what? In low mana matches, I've been throwing that in the front and just making it a tank and backing it up with a strong secondary with reach. You know, great stuff. I like using Night Reaper whenever I have the mana in like Earthquake matches. So I've been focusing. I'm still focusing on the epics. We were talking earlier this week, Gathering and I were, because he's got some, I don't know if he's still got some common and rares to sell, but he did have some commons and rares for sale that if you need common and rares unlocked and sold to you, he had a very fair price on them, so let him know. Do you still have those gathering? Either way, I was looking at the prices involved, because my rares are sitting at like level 4 or 5. That there's 1 and 6, but I hardly ever use the Chaos Adjutant. And my commons are sitting at level 8, which I've added a little bit to this week from a set of chests I had from going up in level. But either way, I think everything's coming along pretty well. It's just the sheer number of cards you need. Like for a common, you need 400 cards. So it's just, you know, it takes quite a while to max these cards out. So I guess the answer is no, I'm still buying one extra, one legendary a week, maybe 2, depending upon how much I have left over. I have, on this account, I have been saving up. You can see I have a fair amount saved up. I'm going to wait until I hit 1 million glint, then I'm going to do a video. I spent 1 million glint, because apparently people like watching those videos. So, okay, what are people saying? The Prepared Christian seems to agree with me, because he or she is working on epics as well. Wilson Razan is in the house. Welcome, Wilson. Good morning. Bolts85 says, what am I expecting next quarter? Not much from the team, but I really hope we get to see what the market plan is or what strategy they are going with. Yeah, it'd be interesting. I haven't heard much from Blaze lately. I did interface with him a couple times during December when we were doing those matches and give outs of the cards and in the live play and everything. But it seems like he's got his finger on the pulse. I see a lot of stuff going on in X and various other social medias where you see articles. I can see where he's putting his effort into trying to get the most advertisement without spending a lot of money, basically. So I think that is the thing. So kind of on that light, I had an idea. This past week, I was, you probably know by now, I've been playing Atlas Earth a lot. And one of the things I did was I bought an Atlas Earth t-shirt. I got points for it, got extra Atlas bucks. The t-shirt came in. It was a Black Friday special. I got like huge amount of Atlas bucks for it because they ran the Black Friday special. But The idea was have a T-shirt that had the logo on it from the game I'm playing. And that's what I've always wanted from Splinterlands, but I've never been able to have one because they just don't sell them as far as I know. If I'm missing something, let me know. I like the idea of having a Splinterlands t-shirt that I can wear on my videos and just wear around and stuff like that, and kind of a little bit of advertising. But they just don't have it. I mean, I've done a lot of Googling this past week, and what I could come up with was old, alpha, beta era t-shirts on Redbubble that who knows who's selling those. So it's obvious that the team hasn't want to put any time or effort into actually making swag for the game. But I sent an idea out to Blaze to see if I could get an approval from the company to design some T-shirts for the new set coming up and Splinterlands in general, and put them for sale off of my YouTube channel. So I heard this discussed on a town hall, but this was like 2 years ago. And it seemed like Matt didn't have a problem with that. But obviously something like this, I'm going to want it in writing and everything before I go to the effort of designing T-shirts and everything. But that was my idea for this week. Due to the fact that I love the T-shirt I got from Atlas Earth, I wanted to have some designed around Splinterlands. And my idea was to have, different colors representing the different splinters, the logo from the new set, the Splinterlands logo, and perhaps the Splinter logo on the shirt sleeve. So you could sport a Splinterlands T-shirt, sport your favorite Splinter, and also have the set logo on it. So that was my big idea this week. Plus, I'm also thinking about designing a T-shirt for the Bronze Dragon Gaming channel as well. So not that you make a whole lot of money off this, but I just thought it was cool. Anyway, that's what I've been thinking about this week. KGM says, I use my Lux Vega 95% of the time, and I play in wild only. Yeah, that seems to be the same thing I get out of my brother, who, like I said, bought one early on when they were really expensive, and he says he plays that most of the time. Excuse me. The Prepared Christian said, I only play Modern since they started charging for Wild. Yeah, I understand the point. With me, it's just really about time. It's not necessarily about not liking to play the game. I still like to play the game. I still play my brawls for both my guilds every week. It's just early on, before the advent of... before the bots, the Archmage came out, that I used the service. They don't like using the term bot, but it's a service. And recently, this last week, I also upgraded from a standard token to a beta token. So it was like $25 I spent for the beta token, and it reduces the percentage that I have to pay to Archmage. So not only do I pay a wild fee for each account, which is 2,000 DEC a season, but I also pay the percentage to Archmage for each win in SPS. So, but with that said, my primary account, I did upgrade to a beta token this week. I should have done it, a year or more ago, but the prices were way up. The Archmage tokens have gone down in price. I think that people are, I don't know, getting the idea that maybe the team is moving towards, I don't want to say getting rid of bots, because the team has always been very pro-bot, but we seem to be moving in that direction as the game. So maybe people are lowering the prices on the tokens. Either way, I jumped on one and got one. So I understand your feeling. With me, it's just early on. I would come home from work, and I got home from work about, I don't know, 5:30, 6 o'clock, whatever. And then I try to prioritize making a video for my YouTube channel, whatever game I'm playing, or whatever's going on. Each game might have some specific news going on or whatever. and then eat some dinner with my family. And then I find that it's later in the evening and I'm like, oh, I've got 24 energy to use. And I had to sit down for 2 hours and play the game. And it's not that I don't like playing the game. I enjoy playing the game, but I don't enjoy having to play 24 matches straight. You know what I mean? Just to feel like I'm getting everything out of my account. Anyway, that's just my loose philosophy on why I'm using the Archmage. I know I'm paying a lot. But I'm staying in the game. I'm getting glint. My 2 accounts are continuing to advance and get stronger. So it is what it is, I guess. But yeah, I agree with KGM. I have been thinking about spending the money on a Lux Vega. KGM says maxed out Baby Horse also is a good card. Baby Horse. Maxed out Baby Horse. I don't know what you're talking about. Let's go over to the market. What card are you talking about in Baby Horse? Also, I want to send a thanks out to KGM, who sent in a super chat last week supporting the channel. Appreciate it. Also, a big thanks go out to Tarab and Pac-Man77. They both sent me a couple cards last week, and I do appreciate it because those cards you send me, especially on my secondary account, really help out. So just interesting cards. So I always thank people whenever they support the channel. Let's see. Trying to catch up with chat. The Prepared Christian says, I pulled a gold foil Weaver a couple days ago. Nice. Anytime you get a gold foil is nice. Let's go over to my items. Let's check out my gold foils and Rebellion rewards. This is what my gold foil looks like. I have not combined my gold foils. I have 2 gold foil. Oh, well, I guess I did combine this one. I guess I did. I guess I'm lying. I guess I did combine one. Nice. Look at the price these things are going for. But I think everybody agrees Arachne Weaver is a very strong card. But this is what my gold foils look like. I have a Olivia the Brook gold foil, but a lot of these I don't use because they're lower level than my primary versions of the cards. Let's look at, I don't have any gold foil legendaries. I've got, these are the epics I have. These are the rares. Love Commander Slade. I could probably level him up. But let's go back to regular foils. Okay, let's see what chat's doing. Yeah, gold foil Weaver is a great pull. Gathering says, I got lots of commons and rares yet. I want to sell my ones that are level 3 to 4 too. I want the Rebellion t-shirt. Yeah, I mean, since Rebellion is going out, or I mean, it's still current. I just want it. My idea was just to kind of have some Splinterlands t-shirts to wear. You know, it's not really about making a lot of money. If I went to all the trouble of designing these and getting them out there on drop ship type service, where you would order it and it would be printed up as you order it and got sent to you, you know, they'd be $25-$30 or something like that, but you could pick out the color you want along with your Splinter and have a Splinterlands t-shirt to wear, right? We've been playing Splinterlands for years and no t-shirts, you know, or coffee cups. Not that I really need another coffee cup. I got enough coffee cups to feed a battalion, but coffee cups, water bottles, you know, that type of thing, you know, to just kind of represent, right? Get it out there. I'd buy a water bottle with the Splinterlands logo on it, you know. But anyway, I'm waiting to hear back from him on that. Obviously, that's a very legal thing. I wouldn't want to be using the company artwork and stuff like that without permission, and I'd need written permission on that. But I thought it was a good idea. And mostly that came from getting the t-shirt from Atlas Earth. Okay, let's see here. Bolts85 says, yes, send Bronze a t-shirt, Splinterlands. Something so simple yet very effective. Yeah, I'm still thinking about making up, even if they turn me down on that one, I'm still thinking about making up one for my channel. Vilson's in the house. Happy New Year. Good to see you. Well, talk to you. Crypto Beavers here. The link can be found on the Splinterlands site. Bottom right-hand side of the screen besides the X and Discord logos. The link can be found on the Splinterlands site. Okay, we're on the Splinterlands site. I don't know what we're talking about. Bottom right-hand side of the screen besides the X and Discord logo. Okay, so we got the blog, we've got the Discord, we've got the Telegram, we've got the X, and we've got merch. Oh, wow. Oh, yeah, this is the old school. You know, I didn't even know they had this. I did not know they had this. Thanks for bringing that up. So maybe he'll probably just turn me down. That's all right. It was an idea, you know. Still, this is very old school art. I don't like these t-shirts. Just taking a look at what's available. This is, you know, I guess cool shirts if you're into the old artwork. I like the old cards, so. Yeah, completely. I did not even know they had a merch store, so maybe I'll just have to take back the request. They got it going. Just while he was talking about it, or while he answered my question specifically, thank you. So that's just the basic, yeah. That's fine. I mean, you've got the old school artwork with, oh, that's the female. It's unisex. Sorry, I'll get back to regular chat here in a minute. Yeah. Okay. Thanks for answering me. You know, I'll wait to hear back from him. They've got that old school merch going. Maybe they're happy with that. You know, I get shot down. You can never get a yes answer without asking, right? Even if it ends up in a no answer, right? So thanks, Crypto Beaver, for pointing that out. Completely overlooked that and have not seen that. I did see those type of things available on Redbubble, though, so maybe that's where they're being printed. Who knows? But thanks for that. Bolts85 says, oh, however, Bronze Dragon, you're not on the favorite list, remember. Just kidding. I'm not on the favorite list. Why am I not on your favorite list, man? I watch your videos all the time. You know what? When I need a shot of energy, I watch Bolts85 videos because he's very energetic, a lot more than me. Once again, thanks everybody for dropping by and for keep watching the live streams. I do every Saturday here at 11:30 Eastern time for about an hour or so. We talk Splinterlands, we talk Atlas Earth, other Hive-based blockchain games. I've been playing Rollercoin a lot lately as well, having fun with that. Obviously, still having fun with dCrops. Haven't been doing a lot in dCrops other than just my basic crop planning and you know, gathering my hop. Some seasons I go ahead and I play the complete the quest, but you know, I was going out of my way to complete the quest, and it was giving me a bunch of stuff I wasn't using anyway, like salt and pepper and fuel and stuff like that. And I guess this stuff would come in handy if you got really into the game, but for me, let's check out what SPS is doing today. I'm gonna kind of cross my fingers here. What do we got here? SPS is at 78, and DEC is down to 80. So, you know, I don't know. I don't look at, what do I want to say? I'm not one of those people that speculate on what's happening, but over the last 15 days, SPS has come down and DEC is kind of wobbling. So. But with that said, I've still continued to buy a little bit of SPS here and there. That's been my strategy. I'm almost at 130,000. It seems like every time I buy about 30 bucks worth, and I usually get about 4,000. And it all helps if you're relatively new to the game. If you start playing, one of the things, especially if you start in free-to-play mode, one of the things you learn is that the game encourages investment into the game, and not that I would consider this an investment like, you know, stocks and bonds and things like that. But the more you have in the game, the more you stand to make. So you can come in free to play and learn the game and see if you like it or not. But then you're inspired or encouraged to buy SPS and stake it or rent it. And then what you actually make off of your wins increases. So that's why I've been steadily increasing what I have staked in the game. So, okay, so let's see here. Wilson says, if I'm only renting cards, should I use my glints on getting epic reward cards, or should I use them for major chests for extra luck, energy in the battle? Well, that's a good question. First of all, I think that getting you some good epic cards out of this set will really strengthen your set strength. That's very poor grammar, but you get my idea. I think the strength of this set is in the epics, and that especially if you get, let's go ahead and go over here to epics, especially if you get yourself a Thanalorian Blade, an Olivia the Brook, an Arachne Weaver. Olivia the Brook you really need at level 2 to get that mimic power. But the other items, Arachne Weaver, let's see here, Arachne Weaver really gets much better at level 3 when he picks up Scavenger, he or she or whatever it is. But obviously, I think that, and Halfling Refugee is a great card right out of the gate. So you can pick up a 1 BCX of Halfling Refugee. Obviously, at level 3, it picks up healing, which makes it better. But even having a Halfling Refugee at level 1 really gives you a lot of... It gives you a great card to throw in there, especially in very low mana matches, and especially in, what's the match called where all the powers go away? Basics, back to basics. Great card in back to basics as well. So... Now, on the flip side, it's a solid idea as far as buying chests for energy, especially later on in the season. If you get later on in the season and you've got, because to me, the way the season goes is the first couple days of the season, I just really am not all interested in that because people are battling back up. So the first day of season, you're fighting people that are much stronger than you, okay? So I usually even turn my bot off, Archmage off, and don't battle. Now, this isn't wild. I can't really give a great look at how the play in Modern is. But the first day of the season, I'm really not interested in playing because I basically lose all my matches, right? But as you go along, I think that last 7 days of the season is the juicy part of the season. I think most people are at the level where they're going to be for that season. And then if you can kick in with some extra energy and get yourself a few extra wins, that is juicy. Now, myself, I don't buy a whole lot of loot chests, but in the past, if I've been like at that point in the season. Now, I will also mention, I mentioned this in a couple other videos, one of the other things I've been doing the last 7 days of the season is renting SPS. Now, I have a fair amount of SPS. I have, like I said, almost 130,000, but that last 7 days of the week, I rent 150,000 SPS to basically more than double what I have staked. And what that does is that prime juicy part of the season where I'm playing, or where my account is playing, the amount, I think the amount of glint and the amount of SPS I get is basically doubled, really. On those wins, like I said, I call it the juicy part of the season because that's where I get most of my wins, right? So that is why I increase what's staked. And that is also, to your point, where you could stand to have some more energy. Now, the caveat here is also I'm not a leaderboard player, okay? Obviously, leaderboard players are more interested in that energy because that extra energy can really help you climb the leaderboard. But like I said, I'm not that. I've never been that kind of guy. So that takes a lot of intense and work, a lot of work and time, right? shout out to the guys who are on the top of the leaderboard. A lot of time and effort and money, because obviously if you're going to get on top of the leaderboard, you need the big cards, you know. So I like sitting back and collecting cards. In fact, I probably need to get myself a new dragon card this week. Let's see here. I know I've been going off on a tangent here. Let me catch up with chat. Bolts85 says that Crypto Beaver's shop hasn't been replenished in years. Yeah, it's a lot of old art. Not that I'm against old art. It's just I think that they should have new art. They should have some t-shirts, some coffee cups, whatever, with the new set. There should be a new series every time we have a new set, new logos. I think there should be gear that is so you can front like I used to love to roll into my comic shop when I'm playing Magic the Gathering with my Death and my Water shirt on, you know, because they were very big on the logoed shirt there. You know what I did is, because I would always wear, I had several shirts, and I would always wear a shirt that I wasn't playing. So to kind of give the people playing against me, they see me wearing a black and blue shirt, and I come in with white and green. It's like a miscommunication, kind of screw with their brain. But I love doing that. And I would love, as a YouTuber, to have some Splinterlands shirts to wear. I don't think I'm going to buy the older shirts. I might go through that again and see if there's some shirts I like. But I still like my idea. I think it just all comes down to they don't have the manpower. Maybe now with the advertisement going on, maybe they can devote a little bit of time to somebody to refresh the shop. Who knows? I just thought I'd put it out there, and I'm pretty good at that. In fact, I've not a side hustle. I'm also a photographer, right? And I've done that in various forms and other shops, these drop ship type shops where you can sell photos and stuff. They all do the, you know, the t-shirts and stuff like that. But my main thing is I like a good t-shirt. We all know that you have all t-shirts, and I know this is going down a road not everybody's interested in. You can have a cheesy, really thin, cheapo t-shirt, which I don't like. I like a good quality t-shirt that's going to last me for several years and feels good when I'm wearing it. And I got, like I said, I got inspired by that t-shirt I liked off of Atlas Earth. So let's see here. Alex T says, Baby Horse is probably the rewards card. Let's go over to shop. Which rewards cards, though? What are the legends for sale? Oh, there's been a lot of hubbub talk about Fizbo the Fabulous. I think it's a cool looking card. I don't know as far as, you know, I always get to the point where I'm going to buy it and then it's like $50 or, you know, $43 or whatever the DEC value is, you know. Just catching up with chat. Bolts85 says he would like a Splinterlands mouse pad. I love that idea too. I have a gaming mouse pad. I've worn out too many of the fabric mouse pads, so I would probably do a metal one. If you're unfamiliar, a gaming type mouse pad is metal, and it has a slight roughness to it so that your mouse can work, and then rubber feet so it doesn't like scratch up your desk or anything. But I like that, and this metal one that I've gotten has lasted me for years, and it's a rocket fish. It's the generic gaming one from Best Buy, and I've probably had it for 5 years now. But I agree. The Prepared Christian says Bolt should get Red Bull sponsorship. Just don't blow up your heart, man. Just don't blow up your heart. Some of those energy drinks will do you bad. Okay, Bolt85 says, back then when Splinterlands was giving you a hard time with your request because you being too harsh at times or something. Oh, no, you know, I just kind of overlooked that. In the past, I was known to be salty, and it wasn't being salty for just to drum up, views or anything. It was the fact that I was trying to be logical and just calling them out on stuff. But, I've just kind of pulled back, and I still express my opinion on things. In fact, just to kind of make a joke of it, I did go in, and one of my best buys of last year was, where is it? Oh, I'm still on. Why am I not seeing this? Let me clear. Let's go to neutral. Sorry, my brain got off on a tangent here. No. Anyway, I bought a gold foil max level Salty Bear, and I cannot seem to find him for some reason. I know he's a neutral. Why am I looking through everything? Unless he's not a neutral. Oh, well. I don't know what I'm doing. He is a promo, right? He's a promo. And he's under Chaos Legion promos. There you go. Archimus the Bear, a.k.a. Salty Bear. I bought a max level of him just because I like him and because I was referred to as Salty. But he's a great card, for being a common. I guess the commonality, he's really drugged down by the 12 casting costs, so there's a lot of times you can't use him. But he adds +2 to armor. He adds minus 50% to target power's successful attack. He offers force field, and he offers enrage. So a great bear. Gathering says Rebellion pack supply continue to dwindle. Yep. I have almost 100. I need to buy one more pack. Kind of stay at an even level. A lot of discussion about the Rebellion pack sales. Let's see here. So we can go down to Rebellion packs. And once again, if you're interested in these numbers, Aftersound did a video last week on this where he looked at that. But look at the amount of, and this all winds around, there just weren't a whole lot sold, right? Look at the red bar indicates how much of the set was burned compared to how much is circulating and how much was bought, right? So, and the Dow owns a fair amount of them as well. So, the Dow owns almost as much as the amount of packs that have been open, But I've been seeing people do like Clove. She was opening some packs this week. She always likes opening the card packs. She had extremely good luck this week. If you check out her video, she had some great pulls. I think she pulled a that cat. I'm having a brain fart, but she pulled the cat summoner that we were talking about earlier. So let's go ahead and jump back in chat. Prepared Christian says, I want Rebellion packs to drop to Chaos price levels. They won't due to the sheer amount. Gathering says, never will happen. I know, but I can wish. Yeah. Also, keep in mind, if you buy Rebellion packs, you can stake them when the next set comes out. But you only get half as much points as the new set. So I'm kind of looking forward. I bought some packs, but they weren't primarily. I'll stake them, but I'm looking forward to the Arcana set. So. Gathering says, true, check the market. May find some deals. I bought another plot of land this week. I had a plot of land that popped up. I keep my eye. You know, I don't watch it all the time, but let's go to land. The thing about it is that I've been watching the areas that I'm in, the regions that I am in, and the plots of land have really been retaining their value and going up. So these low priced parcels of land I was just not finding, right? So I found one in Ravenwood that popped up, and it was actually what was it? It was a so I have 3 in Ravenwood that are not staked out now, but it was was it a bayou? Anyway, it'll produce wood. Swamp, not swamp. Let's go to land and go to for sale and go into Ravenwood and go into the list. But you can see that the prices, actually these prices have come down a little bit, but actually that's a pretty good price for a rare. 29 bucks. I bought several rares at 20 bucks here a while back. In fact, that $32 rare river is really tempting me, but you can see that what I own here is a jungle. That's what I picked up this past week, a jungle, and it was only $11. So it was tempting. In other words, I've been keeping an eye on my regions, and everything's been up like $30, $40 for commons. And I saw that popped up. I guess that person was just trying to get out of it. I'm over in Ravenwood as well, or Tostrington. And let's go see, close this. Why? Okay, so this is all that's for sale. You can see in Tostrington that the lowest priced parcel is a common lake for 50 bucks. And then it really jumps up, you know. So there are some deals to be had, but the deals aren't happening in the regions I'm in. So, okay, let's see here. Oh, Nick Speaker says a baby horse equals a baby unicorn. You know what? Pac-Man77 sent me a baby unicorn on my secondary account. Yeah, I have a baby unicorn. Let's go ahead and let this play through and see what this does. Well, it looks like it was a win. Interestingly enough, it didn't show me the playthrough. It didn't allow me to. Let's go ahead and watch this replay, see what happens. Okay, so they went in with a Ouster Rotwell. Okay, I can see why they would play Ouster, because it was a Wands out, up to 11 and Earthquake. They went in with Prismatic Energy. They had a lot higher level. My Prismatic Energy is only like a level 1. And then backed up with a Phantom Soldier, who, you know what, Tarab sent me one of these, a 1 BCX on my other account, because I thought it was cool. Backed up by our Arachne Weaver and Cthulhu. Those are some expensive cards right there. You know what I love? I love beating an expensive hand. Not that my hand isn't pretty expensive, because I got my max level Dr. Blight in there. But I waited years to get that at a much lower price, right? It came down and I got it around under $100. So I came in with a Prismatic Energy, Regal Paraton. I told you, whenever my green hand has a Regal Paraton in it, has a much higher percentage chance of winning for some reason. And it chose Immortalis. My brother got me that for my birthday, I believe. So my brother and I switch cards back and forth for birthdays and such. Backed up by a Dr. Blight, Jinbilka, Thunderhoof, Nomad, and I don't know why it's not allowing me to gloss over the Psychic, but okay, let's check this out. Well, we know how it's going to go down, but Alex T says they give you a few pairs of shirts and pants. They are made from silk blend. It's awesome. Okay, well, good, Alex T with a good review of the clothes from the store we were talking about on the Splinterlands website that I was completely unaware of. I think they should make that logo much bigger and feature it in the middle of the page. Hey, you want to buy some swag? You know, click on this banner, you know. Bolts85 says, I have a Splinterlands mouse pad. Check Discord. I sent a pic of it on KGM Discord. Okay, I'll check it out. I think I have the Discord goes into streamer mode whenever I stream. Just checking it out. Okay, so this is a picture of his mouse pad. Interesting. Pretty cool. And newer than the other stuff, it's got Chaos Legion's artwork on it. Okay, so off of this one, I pulled in over 1,000 glint. Of course, we're still in the glint bonus season. No win streak, no gold cards. Got an alpha promo cards, plus 10%. Got a guild plus 15%. That's another thing, that if you're in a guild, you get a bonus, a win bonus for your guild, and a title bonus, plus 5%. And I pulled in 3.6 SPS. Okay. Yeah, we were talking about Baby Unicorn. That is definitely beta. So I have some beta cards, but not a lot. This is, I started picking up some of these when I played. Love the Divine Healer. Here's the Baby Unicorn. Now, I picked up the Baby Unicorn to level 6, primarily for my Splinter Forge play. I use this in my Splinter Forge hand, and I specifically bought it at level 6 because it picks up the swiftness. I guess at max level it also picks up Divine Shield, but I got it at level 6 because of the swiftness. Let's go back to ranked play. Catch up with some chat here. Let's see here. Bolts85 says, I want one of the Conclave Arcana. So, okay, I'll keep that on the list. I mean, if they let me dig in. If not, you know, oh well. Yeah, I think they should do updated items for each set, because then people would pick up multiple items, right? Alex D says, whoever came up with the name for the new set needs to be given 10 whips. You don't like Conclave Arcana? It is kind of long, and it doesn't really roll off the tongue. I get the idea, though. Conclave of it's a different way of saying Arcane Conclave, you know, like a conclave of wizards. But I guess you have to be a D&D nerd to get that, right? It doesn't really roll off your tongue, though. So, yeah, I agree. I don't agree that they deserve 10 whips, but maybe a little bit more work could have been done into it. Gathering agrees. Bolts85 says 2025 is the year of luck, so open a pack. Oh, I need to open a pack? Okay, let's see here. What do I have? Rebellion pack, Chaos Legion pack. Got a bunch of Gladius cases. I've been saving up until I get 50 Gladius cases so I could open them on a video. I don't have any betas left. Okay, just a minute. I'm taking this off screen. You know what I'm doing? I'm adding a little bit of fundage to my account just on the fly. And we are over time, but you know what we're going to do? We are going to open a pack after my credits go through. Excuse me. Okay, my credits went through. You know what we're going to do? We're going to go over here to Peak D, and we're going under buy cards, asset market, and we are going to buy a beta pack, and it looks like Oreo B for buy gets my sale. What? No? Bronze Dragon, you're opening a beta pack. There aren't very many of them left. Haha, guess what? I don't care. I'm opening a beta pack. Just to kick off the year. Okay, so let's scroll through here. Okay, here's a beta pack. And we've got plenty of potions. Okay, cross your fingers. Let's see what goes on. I like this animation. I turned the sound off, though. Okay. Green Summoner. Linana Natura. Elven Cutthroat. Feral Spirit. Pirate Captain R. And Kobold Miner. So, standard pack. What you gonna do? What you gonna do, brother? So, I got a summoner out of it, though. Okay, let's finish up with chat, and then we'll call it a day. Alex T says, Clove for the win. She taught me everything. Yeah, I started looking into it. I didn't know. I knew she was around for quite a long time, but she has been around since the beginning, and it really looked like she was part of the team at the very beginning. I don't know what the status was and is currently, but she's been around since the beginning. She has some cool videos you can check on her channel of her opening alpha packs before the cards even had stats on them. So she likes opening her packs, that's for sure. Gathering says, try and get Royal Eagle to add some cards to jackpot prizes. He added 100 Rift Watchers packs. I thought I saw something. I saw something on Discord a few hours ago where they said that Clayboyne said that the jackpots were coming away. So I don't know any details, but I didn't like that idea and I gave it a thumbs down. I've never gotten a jackpot, but I like the idea of a small percentage chance being there, right? Just scrolling through chat to try to sum everything up. Alex T says, I haven't logged in for weeks. I plan to not log in until mobile is done, then start a new account and see how that experience. I want to start a free-to-play account and just look at the game from all the changes they've done, and do a video from that perspective. And I also want to also include, when they go live with the mobile. I've done videos on Atlas Earth where I'm showing the mobile play and everything, because that's what you have to do in Atlas Earth because it's a mobile game. So I'm very interested in seeing how the mobile app goes, because I think that will be great. And I've talked about it for years for Splinterlands. So I agree with you. Did Splex get taken down? I don't know. From Vilson. Let's check. No, Splex is up for me. In fact, the link's still there for Golem Overlord, etc. If you didn't notice, the guy that invented and runs Golem Overlord also runs Splex. So, not down for me. Jabby Saints, welcome, has said that Regal Paraton is your lucky charm. I guess. It just seems like I win more matches when I throw them in there. I'll be choosing other cards. I'm like, I'd really love to play this, but I need to put Regal Paraton in there because it'll get me the win. And I usually put it more towards the front because it seems to have a decent amount of hit points. Bolt says, well, if they can somehow generate revival potions for survival mode, like Yabamat said, yeah, I agree. That seems to be almost one of the things you would need for survival mode to help regen. Because in most of these games where you have this type of play, there are other games that we play. There's some mechanism there where you can pay for or, get more plays, right? And that's what that would be. It would also help generate, however it ends up being, help generate some kind of funds for the team as well, which, we need these little things where it's not a huge amount, but it all adds up to keep the team going, right? Alex T says, I wasn't talking about the Splinterlands store. I was talking about Tommy Bahama. Okay. I guess I missed that. I'm not sure about making my bot available. I'm still fairly salty about y'all voting to ban bots. So I've been content with y'all, been content with y'all being taxed. Yeah, well, I've been playing since the very beginning with Archmage when they put it out. So, you know, at that point in time, I was like, I'm just being frank with y'all, right? It's just like, I think at the very beginning, my thought process was, and I still think that it would be a better game if there were no bots involved. But at the very beginning, with that said, stop, don't throw anything at your screen, right? At the very beginning, they were very pro-bot, and I still think they're very pro-bot. They're just trying to reduce the amount of ways that everything gets abused, but keep some bot play in. But at that point in time, I was like, well, if you can't beat them, join them, right? And that's why I started with the Archmage. Then I thought about going the other way. My bots are way better than the ones out, but I'll charge 50%. I'm still debating. That's a lot of charge. Sorry for this. I might mispronounce Casco. Sorry, I don't. I know just enough Spanish to get myself in trouble. I don't pronounce the little symbol over the A, but welcome to the stream. Pirate Captain is nice at higher levels, yeah. If I have a good experience with the mobile app, I plan to play heavy in the game. Well, my whole point, and then we'll wrap this up because we're a little bit over, is the fact that the gaming audience worldwide is so huge in mobile compared to what it is, in browser, that you need a computer or a tablet or something like that to play, really. Can you play it on mobile in a browser? Yeah. Is it the best experience? No. Especially for us guys with gray beards and their eyes are not necessarily the best anymore. So anyway, I appreciate everybody for stopping by and chatting with me today. Once again, we'll be back here next Saturday at 11:30 Eastern Time to talk about Splinterlands and other Web3 games and play-to-earn games like Atlas Earth. Whatever you want to talk about is on the table. I hope everyone has a great week going into the new year, and get some of your your New Year's resolutions going. If you're playing Atlas Earth, there's a big contest on the official Atlas Earth Reddit where you can win 5,000 Atlas bucks if you're playing. So pay attention to that. So anyway. Everybody have a great week. I'll see you here on the flip side, and I will see you in Splinterlands, Atlas Earth. Insert whatever game we play together here. But have a good one.